They called Southeast Asia peripheral, a footnote between India and China. But if that were true, why did empires bleed to control its waters? Why did shipwrecks here carry the world's most valuable cargo, not once, but for centuries? Tonight, let's do something historians rarely do. Let the sea testify. Because the sea remembers in a language older than maps, not in ink, but in monsoons, currents, and broken hulls. Every time a storm sank a ship, it didn't erase history. It archived it, under silt, coral, and time. And those underwater archives tell us one brutal truth. Southeast Asia wasn't the edge of the world. It was the hinge. Look at a globe and you'll see continents. But sailors saw something else, wind schedules. The monsoon wasn't weather. It was an international calendar. Half the year it pulled ships west, the other half it carried them back east. That rhythm turned Southeast Asia into the world's most reliable switchboard. Goods didn't pass by here. They had to wait here. And where ships wait, power appears. Not always as a giant empire on land, sometimes as a port city that simply controls a narrow throat of sea. A choke point is not a place. It's a question every merchant must answer. Pay, negotiate, or gamble your life in open water. That's why small islands became big history. Because in the ocean, geography collects rent. So why did anyone call this region peripheral? Because maps were often drawn from palaces, far from salt water. Empires loved land borders. They could measure them, fortify them, write them into law, but the sea is harder to rule. It doesn't hold still for taxes, unless you control the ports, the straits, the harbors, the places where the sea is forced to slow down. That's the secret Southeast Asia mastered. Now picture this. A wreck resting in silence, cargo sealed like a time capsule. Ceramics, beads, resin, metals, spices, glass. Objects made in one world, desired in another, and lost in the middle. Right here. A shipwreck is not a tragedy. It's a receipt. Proof that global trade didn't orbit around Southeast Asia. It ran through it. Over and over. Until peripheral becomes a joke the seabed refuses to laugh at. So here's the question I want you to answer. If Southeast Asia was never peripheral, then what was it? A, the world's maritime crossroads. B, the world's toll gate. C, the world's hidden engine. Comment A, B, or C, and tell me why. Next episode, a shocking case. When the sea remembers, who gets to own that memory? Treasure hunters, historians, or the nations above the wrecks?